A special team to track down four-way shootout suspects and the late Malawian president to be buried. Good morning, I'm Karabo Maladzi. A special team has been set up to track down the gang of suspects involved in last night's robbery and shootout at a shopping centre in Fourways, north of Johannesburg. A group of men made off with an undisclosed amount of money and robbed several customers of their cell phones and wallets. The police's Bala Mutan says when officers got to the scene, a shootout ensued. One suspect was arrested and his firearm was confiscated. Murtan explains.
The suspects, in the attempt to flee, also hijacked a motor vehicle which was recovered. Members of Douglasdale SAP's detective branch have now put up a team together and they are busy searching for the suspects.
The opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance says it's determined to convince the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria that the e-tolling system is illegal. Court proceedings will start on Tuesday. Civil rights organisation AfriForum and the Road Freight Association will ask to be admitted as friends of the court and they plan to make submissions. Meanwhile, COSATU says it's set to begin its mass action this coming week to protest against the controversial system, which is due to take effect on the 30th of this month. There's been renewed public anger at a new set of tariffs that the South African National Roads Agency Limited has published. The new tariffs entail heavy penalties for drivers who don't register for e-tags. COSATU President Zdumo Dlamini explains.
We've warned government and the government spokespersons to be responsible when they make comments. The more they make reckless comments, they make us to be more angry. And this matter is not going to be resolved with a hot rhetoric from government by people who just wish that this problem is normal. It is here. We will fight and we will fight until we win. We are ready. We shall continue to fight this thing.
2 men have been killed and 2 others injured in an accident along the M1 highway at Buccleuch, north of Johannesburg. It's believed the driver of the car lost control of the wheel early this morning and hit a steamroller construction vehicle parked at the side of the road. ER24's Andre Visser.
The ER24 paramedics arrived at the scene. They found that 2 of the occupants had sustained various fatal injuries, and both of the men were later declared dead at the scene. One gentleman was trapped in the vehicle and fire and rescue services extricated him from the vehicle. He then received treatment at the scene for suspected back and neck injuries before being rapidly transported to a nearby medical facility.
9 schools have been completed in a fast-track 130 million rand construction program aimed at eradicating mud schools in the Eastern Cape. The new schools are built from already-made factory materials. The steel, concrete and board materials are environmentally friendly and can last up to 25 years. Over 500 inappropriate school structures, of which nearly 400 are mud classrooms, are situated in the Transkei area. Nkosikona Mfotjane, who is principal at Pagamani High School outside Ngobo, had this to say.
Conditions of learning and teaching were not conducive. Wherein in one classroom, you would find that we have housed something like 185 learners. But immediately after we moved to this structure, the new structure here, at least that workload has been relieved. Because in one classroom now, on the average, you will have about 44 learners.
Over our borders, the late Malawian President Bingu wa Mutharika will be buried tomorrow in his home district of Tayolo. As the period of mourning continues, the nation is reflecting on Mutharika's legacy. There is general consensus that his first term was good. It saw Malawi with food security and having one of the fastest growing economies in the world. However, Mutharika's second term was beset with problems such as foreign currency shortages, power outages, shortage of basic commodities such as sugar. Mutharika died earlier this month in the One Military Hospital in Pretoria after suffering from a heart attack. Back home, Northwest Sports, Arts and Culture MEC Hlomane Chauke has officially announced that the 18th annual MTN South Africa Music Awards will be back in the province next weekend. He was speaking at Sun City last night. Chauke says the event will form part of the province's Freedom Month celebrations. The organisers took the event to Johannesburg last year. Chauke says the event will boost the economy of the province.
Well, if you look at the arrangement we have entered into, is that firstly we have plus minus 300 young children who are going to do choreography. Of all performance that is going to take place, our Mabana will be playing a role. At the same time, we have identified a number of provincial artists, who some of them are currently, we call them national artists, who are going to be performing during the summer awards.